Let's start with something most women never hear. When people talk about men in relationships, the conversation usually sounds very simple. Men want beauty. Men want sex. Men want peace. And while those things might matter, they are not the deepest things a man is looking for. Because beneath the surface, most men carry emotional needs they rarely talk about. Not because those needs aren't real, but because men were taught very early in life that expressing those needs makes them look weak. So instead of explaining what they feel, they stay silent. And when those needs aren't met, something strange begins to happen. The man slowly disconnects. He becomes distant, less affectionate, less emotionally present, less invested. And the woman often sits there confused, wondering, what changed? The truth is, nothing suddenly changed. Something important simply stopped being felt. So today, let's talk about 4 deep emotional needs men have that most women completely miss. And once you understand these, you'll understand men on a level most people never do. 1, need is respect. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, of course men want respect, understand this. Respect to a man is not just about manners. It's about how he feels seen in your eyes. A man can feel deeply attracted to a woman, but the moment he senses that she looks down on him, criticizes him constantly, or treats him like he's not capable, something inside him shuts down. Because respect is connected to a man's identity. It tells him, you believe in me. You trust my decisions. You see my value. Without that feeling, love alone is rarely enough to keep a man emotionally invested. This is why some men stay loyal to women who respect them, even when those women are not the most beautiful person in the room. Because respect feeds a man's sense of purpose. And purpose is oxygen to the male heart. 2, need is emotional safety. This might surprise you, but men need emotional safety just as much as women do. The difference is, men almost never talk about it. A man wants to know that he can show vulnerability without being judged, mocked, or used against him later. When a man opens up about stress, fears, or insecurities, that moment is incredibly delicate. If the woman listens with understanding, something powerful happens. Trust grows. But if that vulnerability is criticized, dismissed, or thrown back at him during an argument later, he learns a painful lesson. Never open up again. And once a man emotionally closes that door, it's very difficult to reopen it. So emotional safety isn't about fixing his problems. It's about creating a space where he doesn't feel attacked for having them. 3, need is appreciation. This one is often overlooked. Many men express love through action. They work hard. They try to provide. They solve problems. They make sacrifices quietly. But here's the thing most women don't realize. When those efforts go unnoticed, a man begins to feel invisible. He may never say it out loud, but internally, he starts thinking, what's the point? Appreciation doesn't require grand speeches. Sometimes it's just simple acknowledgement. I see what you did. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Those small words have an enormous emotional impact because they tell a man that his efforts matter. And when a man feels appreciated, he naturally wants to give more, not less. 4, need is admiration. This one goes deeper than attraction. Admiration means a woman genuinely looks up to the man she's with, not because he's perfect, but because she sees something admirable in him. His ambition, his discipline, his strength, his character. When a man feels admired, he feels inspired. It fuels his drive to become better. But when a man constantly feels compared, criticized, or treated like he's never good enough, that motivation slowly disappears. And the relationship begins to feel heavy instead of energizing. Admiration creates emotional momentum. Criticism kills it. Now here's the part most people never talk about. When these 4 needs are met, something powerful happens inside a man. He doesn't just stay in the relationship. He invests in it. He becomes more protective, more loyal, more emotionally connected, because he feels understood. And feeling understood is one of the rarest experiences in the world. But when these needs are ignored, even a good man can slowly drift away, not because he stopped caring, but because the place that once felt like home no longer feels safe. So if you truly want to understand men, Remember this. Behind calm exterior, most men show there's a heart that wants to feel respected, a mind that wants emotional safety, a soul that wants appreciation, and a spirit that thrives on admiration. When those four things exist, love doesn't just survive, it deepens. And in a world where most relationships fall apart because people don't understand each other, that kind of understanding is incredibly powerful.